Okay, so I'm scheduling this to go up on Christmas. So Merry Christmas to those of you that celebrate it. To everyone else, Happy Holidays. Hopefully you're looking forward to the new year. Hopefully 2022 will be better than 2021 was, at least for me. Um, but anyway, enough talking about all that. I'm going to talk about this knife in front of me here. Obviously, that's what the video is about. This is the Boker Barlow Prime, I believe they call it. I got this from traditionalpocketknives.com. He's finally carrying some Bokers. I'm gonna take the entirety of the credit for that because I told him like a year ago that he should start carrying Bokers, and he listened to me. So thanks for that, Austin. Um, but anyway, I was over on his website looking at those Cooper Cutlery Weedco knives that he released, which had like a pot leaf shield and stuff. They were kind of cool. I wouldn't have minded having one, but they were all sold out. So while I was over there, I had noticed like a week earlier that he did have a couple different Barlow models. He had this one, the slightly fancier version of this, and I think another one of these that was more expensive with like the black washed blade and O1 tool steel and green micarta and stuff. Um, I went ahead and picked up the cheapest version of the Boker Barlow Prime because I've wanted one for a little while now. I didn't really see the point in spending any kind of ridiculous money on one of these because I didn't know if I'd really like it. Um, First things first, Boker calls this a Barlow Prime. It's not really a Barlow because it doesn't have the extended bolster. So in my mind, not a Barlow. It's more of like a boy's knife. It's around about the right size to be a Barlow, um, but it just doesn't have the extended bolster like a Barlow typically would. Um, Interesting spear drop point thing. Blade shape, like a long pull. The blade on this is made out of N690 steel, so it's not like a tool steel or carbon steel like I would prefer. But N690 is a higher end steel that will hold an edge for a longer time. So if you're somebody coming from like the modern folder world, this is a steel that you probably have more experience with than I do. Most of my experience comes from like 1095 and like 420 HC and C75 and stuff like that. Carbon steels and basic stainless steels that most of the traditional pocket knife companies use on their knives. Um, Handle covers on this knife are made out of beech wood. It's black beech wood. I don't know if they dye it or if there's a beech tree that puts out black wood. But I guess it's kind of a cheaper way to get like an ebony look, maybe. It looks pretty good. You got your Boker tree shield with the black background. This is one of the higher end Bokers, so the shield does appear to be pinned. As far as I can tell, there's a hole for it to be pinned, but I don't know if there's an actual pin there or not. I'm going to assume it is pinned. Um, but yeah, these are made in Solingen, Germany, as are all of the higher end Boker knives. There is a brand that I think people refer to as like the hybrid knives that are, I don't know if they're made, like the pieces are made in China and they're assembled in Germany or exactly how that works. But those are lower quality knives than the ones that are stamped Soligen. Okay, phone. Yeah. So when you're buying these, you want to look for, why won't you focus? Oh my gosh. Just refuses to focus on what I wanted to focus on. Okay. You want it to say that. You want the Boker Soligen tang stamp like that in order to have, one of these knives that's made in Soligen, Germany. It's a higher quality knife, in my opinion. At least they seem to be. Did I mess up the autofocus now? Since I touched the screen, I think I messed up the autofocus. Okay, quit locking. Okay, I think we're back. Anyway, action on it is good. Does have a half stop. It is really snappy. Well-made knife. I've never gotten a Boker that I've thought was poorly made, but this one's put together very well. Maybe just slightly off center with the blade. That doesn't matter. But yeah, action is good on it. Fit and finish is good on it. You get a higher end blade steel if that's something you really look for. And yeah, you get these nice black wood handles. They do have some fancier models. There's a couple with micarta. There's one with like a fancier, I think it's curly birch or something. Um, I didn't see the point in spending a little bit more money to have a slightly fancier handle, unless they would have had some sort of jig bone, and then I probably would have. But since there was no jig bone, I just decided to go with the black wood because it kind of looks a little bit like ebony, and I like that. But anyway, neat little knife. Not really a Barlow as far as I'm concerned. More of a boy's knife, but I think it is a well-made knife, and I do plan on hopefully using it quite a bit. But anyway, it's going to be it for this video. Once again, Merry Christmas. Hope you all have a good holiday, and I will see you in the next video.